Hi! In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to color in 3 steps. So let's start. For the first step, I start by adding the base color to establish a solid foundation for the drawing. I usually choose a shade that complements the character's skin tone. For this step, I recommend using beige, brown, or any similar shades. Airbrushing is also recommended for this step, especially using a soft brush for smooth and even coverage. I make sure to keep the color neatly inside the sketch lines to maintain a clean and polished look. Once the base color is set, I create a new layer above it, enable the clipping mask, and color each part of the sketch on separate layers for better control. This makes it easier to adjust colors, add shading, and keep everything organized. For this step, stick to a limited color palette that complements the overall mood of your drawing. For example, for a kawaii look, soft pastels and warm, muted tones work beautifully. Keep in mind to keep each element like hair, clothes, accessories on a separate layer. This allows for easy adjustments and cleaner shading later on. For a smooth and clean look, I recommend using the soft airbrush for base colors and blending. It gives a soft, even coverage without harsh edges. Here, I'm using the dry ink brush, which I prefer to use in my drawings. Keep in mind to test the color palette before applying it. That means to test colors side by side to ensure they look balanced. A good tip for this is to use Procreate's Color Harmony tool to find complementary shades easily. In this step, I enhance the sketch by adding extra colors, highlights, and shadows to bring it to life. For example, I apply a soft pink to the cheeks, fingers, and neck on a separate layer set to multiply mode. To keep the shading natural, I lower the brush opacity and adjust its size to fit the areas I'm coloring. Once done, I reduce the layer opacity for a soft effect that blends naturally with the base colors. Use the selection tool to isolate specific areas, allowing for precise coloring without affecting the rest of the drawing. Now it is time for adding shades and lights. But before this, I turn off the background and line art layers. Then, I copy the sketch by tapping the screen with 4 fingers, repeating the gesture, and selecting paste to place the sketch on a separate layer. Now, I turn the line art and background layers back on and start adding shadows and highlights. I create a new layer above, enable the clipping mask, set it to multiply mode, and start shading. I use a lighter tone of the base color for shading. Now, I'll add extra shading by using light purple color. Then, I add highlights on a separate layer. I set the layer to an add mode. I use light yellow for this step. To finalize the drawing, I adjust the colors and contrast for a polished look. Please check my previous tutorials to know in details how I render, shade and light my drawings. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. And that's it. Hope you enjoy watching. See you.